gotta change it. Anywho, I forgot where I was. Not like me. We are in for a great topic today. That is a very misunderstood in the fitness world. The lovely dread cardio. Have no fear, Kayla is here because I am going to clear up the misconceptions of cardio. What do you think of when you think of cardio? I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, oh, sweat, hot, short of breath, lung pain, leg pain. It's horrible. I am going to change your opinion on that because cardio is not what most people think it should be. Or at least in my experience and from my research, cardio has gotten a bad rap. Okay. So when we think of cardio, we think of running, we think of jogging, we think of sprinting, high intensity interval training. We think of those things. There's also biking, there's swimming, there's so many different things you can do for cardio. But most of us think of cardio as getting your butt on the treadmill and run for a good hour. That just sounds dandy. Not. Two forms of exercise, okay? You have your aerobic form of exercise and you have your anaerobic form of exercise. Under the aerobic umbrella is like your endurance running. You're increasing your endurance. It's more long spans of time of walking, running, biking for long periods of time. This is under aerobic. Then you have the lovely umbrella of anaerobic. This is your weight training. This is your HIIT training. This is your sprinting. Yes, sprinting and HIIT training is not under aerobic because it is shorter spurts of high intensity. This is moderate levels of longer intensity. Over here is for endurance. Just strengthen your heart muscles to adapt and to build endurance for a long period of time. Your anaerobic is short, high intensity spurts that your body isn't incapable of adapting to. So, putting that to the side, let's go back to caveman days. Our bodies are made to adapt. And I'm sure you all have heard it, and I've said it multiple times before, but our bodies are made to adapt. It is a survival tactic that our body uses. It has used it from the time of the first human beings on earth to now. It is a survival tactic. Way back when we were cavemen, cave women, and food wasn't readily available at all times, and we had to run from creature or animals that were bigger than us that could kill us, run away from predators. Our body had to learn to adapt to the situation. We were cavemen and women. Think about it. We ran from our predators. Do you think that they did just running for leisure? I think not, because they were busy trying to survive. That's what our body is programmed to do, is to survive. So, what happens if you do a lot of running? When you run long distance, your heart is adapting to the amount of energy that it needs in order to keep up your run. It's a steady stream of constant movement. Your heart rate doesn't go up or down, fluctuate a lot. It does some, but it doesn't fluctuate enough to be considered an anaerobic exercise, okay? So let's say that you do this, you run 3 miles a couple of days a week. After a couple of weeks, you're going to get to where you can run further than just 3 miles. You can go 4 miles, you can go 5 miles. You feel like you're not as winded when you do your runs. This is because your body is learning to adapt and learning to function at that level, okay? Because you're conditioning your heart. After a while of doing that, your body gets to where it can go further and further and further. And yes, you might start noticing that you're dropping weight, because obviously calories burned are going to equal weight loss, right? Well, eventually your body learns that that's its norm, okay? And then the food you start consuming, because you're burning more calories, your body adapts to that because it knows what you are going to do. So all of a sudden, you stop losing weight and you're running 5 miles a couple of days a week. Well, so you're going to have to up the ante and run 7 miles 4 days a week in order to get out of that plateau and to start burning that fat again. You see where this is going? So eventually, what's going to happen? You're going to have to continue bumping up your cardio, your aerobic exercise, in order to continue to lose weight. Now, think about it. What's going to happen once you lose your weight? Because you will lose weight, okay? But what's going to happen when you do lose that weight? You are going to have to continue that level of exercise from here on out in order to maintain the physique that you have accomplished. So if you're running 10 miles a couple of days a week and you get down to your goal weight, you're going to have to continue at that 10 miles a couple of days a week from here on out in order to keep that. Your body has adapted to it. Now, you have your anaerobic. This is your weightlifting. This is your HIIT training, which stands for high intensity interval training. This is your sprinting. This is short burst of energy, and then you recover. You're not giving your body enough time to figure out what you are doing. So you are burning calories, and actually you possibly will burn more calories because your body has to work harder. Because think about it. Let's say you're walking and then you go into a jog and then you go into a dead sprint for 30 to 45 seconds and then you stop and you walk. Your body's heart rate is going from here and then your jog and then your sprint, and then once your sprint's over, it slowly comes back down and then it goes back to normal. Your heart's having to work harder. Your heart's having to work, and so you're burning calories. Now when you're doing an aerobic and you're running long distance, your heart rate goes up and it kind of levels out. So your body's not having to work as hard in the big picture. Your body's not having to work as hard. It might feel like when you're running 7 miles, but your body's not having to work as hard because your heart rate is not doing this number, okay? So you're going to be burning a lot of calories here, and you take the chance of your body adapting over here, okay? If you keep your body confused with HIIT training and sprinting and weightlifting, your body's not doing the same thing all the time, so it'll stay confused. So your body can't adapt, okay? This over here, it knows what it's going to do, all right? I have had people ask me, what kind of cardio do you do? I used to do the 3 miles, 4 miles, 7 miles, a couple of days a week. Running around my hometown. I can't do a treadmill. It bores me. But I did a lot of running. but I wasn't seeing any results. I was running 3 times a week, 3 to 7 miles at a time, and I wasn't seeing any results after a couple of months. I plateaued. Okay, now, I can't tell you the last time I ran 3 miles. I can't tell you the last time I ran 2 miles. Wants to run 7 to 10 miles a couple of days a week to keep the physique they have, and then take the chance on plateauing and then having to up the ante after a little while to continue your physique? Or do you want to do 10 minutes a couple of times a week incorporated with some weight training, however that may be for you, however you choose to do it, and be able to continue seeing results? So it's all in what you want. If you love to run, good for you. You go at it, you go run. But a lot of us don't like running. I enjoy running, but I've had to scale myself back a lot. But a lot of people don't like running. Thanks for watching. We're getting going this video. Please do a thumbs up. And like always, subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video with me. And if you have any questions, or if you have certain HIIT training you like to do, please comment below. I would love to see any comments that are posted. All right, guys.